Ananya,
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, are you able to see the screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay.
My 5 fingers are left. Mute करा आता सबके. Give me the last slide about watching film.
I just check with Ananya's voice is okay.
Ananya, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
The voice is okay, right?
Yes, Prabhu. It's loud enough. It's loud enough. We can hear it very clearly.
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh.
Mute करून गेलो ना. आता second just सुरू करा. Screen click करा.
Hare Krishna. I think we can wait for a few more minutes, and so that a couple of more devotees could join, and then we can start. Is that all right with everyone?
That's fine.
Yes, absolutely. No problem. We can just let me know when to start.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
So today we are going to hear from the Krishna about the Govardhan Lila.
Yes.
Now ready?
Yes.
You are waiting for some devotees, or you want to start?
Prabhu, you can give us the green light on when to start. I just wanted to wait until we had at least 1 or 2 more devotees to join. We have 7 participants right now.
Already we are 802. Let us start. Krishna,
Yes, Prabhuji.
start beta.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji. Today I am going to tell you a Leela of Krishna. Lord Krishna lifts Govardhan. An instructive story from the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Baba, Baba, what festival is everyone getting ready for? Little Krishna asked his father, Nand Maharaj. We are getting ready to worship Lord Indra, the god of rain. His father replied. Baba, Baba, Krishna again nagged his father the next day. Yes, Kanhaiya. Baba, we don't need to worship Indra for rain. The ocean doesn't worship him, but still gets rainwater. So let's worship the Govardhan hill, which lets our cattle graze and gives us various fruits. Okay, let's do that. Nand Maharaj agreed. Under Krishna's directions, mountains of food was made. There were hot soups and cold sweets, rice, baked cakes, and fancy fried cakes, and so many varieties of sweets. Lots of milk, yogurt, butter, ghee, and ripe fruits were brought. The Brahmanas chanted the Vedic hymns, and all the villagers went around the Govardhan hill along with their cows and bulls. Suddenly, a giant showed up, saying, "I am Govardhan," and began eating the food. Krishna bowed down to this great person, instructing the others to do the same. Afterwards, everybody had prasad. Indra heard the news and became very angry, roared, "How dare the villagers worship a mere hill instead of me? And how dare this Krishna stop my worship?" King Indra summoned his servants clouds and ordered them to hit Vrindavan with thunder showers. The sky immediately darkened and flashed with lightning. It thundered loud, hailstones raining down. The villagers' ground got waterlogged. All the animals shivered because of the gale. The villagers, pained by the cold, ran to Govinda for help. "Krishna, Krishna, help us!" Krishna went up to the Govardhan hill and lifted it up with his left hand, as if it was just a mushroom. Then he told everyone to come to the shelter of the hill, along with their cows, bulls, and wagons. Indra was surprised, but went on hounding the hill with thunderbolts and rain. The villagers were very happy to be with Krishna. They gazed at him with love. They sang his glories, forgetting hunger, thirst, and sleep. After a week, Indra finally understood the greatness of Krishna and stopped the rain. Seeing the bright sun, Krishna told everyone to go back home. Krishna put the hill down and his parents hugged him with love. The demigods showered flowers from the sky. Indra felt ashamed of himself and took shelter of the divine Surabhi cow. Surabhi Mata requested Krishna to forgive Indra. Then, as ordered by Brahma, Indra gave Krishna an abhishek with Airavats pouring celestial Ganga water with its 6 trunks, and Surabhi pouring divine milk. Govardhan Giri ki jai. Janma karma च मे दिव्यम इवाम यो एति तत्त्वतः त्याक्त्वा diham punarjanma neti mameti. So Arjuna, one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities, does not upon leaving the body take his birth again in this material world, but attains the my eternal abode of Arjuna. Bhagavad Gita 4.9. Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. So now I'm gonna just tell the reason of the Leelas which were held of Krishna. Teaching from Govardhan Lila, the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, incarnated as Govardhan Hill. Don't be ritualistic. Krishna disapproves of performing any ritual without a deep understanding of what you are doing and why. Krishna disapproves of religiosity based on superstition and vain tradition, because you cannot put your heart into something like this. Krishna wanted to tell us all that if you are performing some ritual, if you are performing some religious yagya, you must know what is it for. You must know who is it for. You must know how to perform it. And you also must know what is it that you are going to accomplish through it. Lessons to be learned. Understand fully before doing. Practice what you preach. Krishna's reasons for Govardhan Puja, Karma Mimamsa. Nand Maharaj said, "My dear Krishna, we are performing the Indra Yagya."
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Matajis, I'm just interrupting in between. I'm sorry for that. Here, Krishna just trying to explain the background because story is very straightforward and the story is not contains most of the things which very important to understand. So maybe in another few slides, in couple of minutes, he will just try to give the thought process, like what Krishna's reason for this Govardhan Puja. So you can continue.
Nand Maharaj said, "My dear Krishna, we are performing the Indra Yagya because you see, we are cowherds community. We grow grains, we take care of cows, we are completely dependent on rain. If it does not rain, we will have no success in our life. And Indra is the Divata,
Devi.
Devta, the demigod who bestows when he is pleased rain upon the earth. So this yagya is meant to please Indra so that he will provide plentiful rains and then he will live a nice life in prosperity and the cows will be happy. When Krishna heard this, he was looking at Nand Maharaj like, is that the reason? I think, as far as I concerned, Indra really doesn't have anything to do with it because, according to the laws of karma, if you act good, you will get good results. If you act bad, you will get bad results. And Indra is simply the deliverer of your karma. So, if you are performing good work, Indra have to give rain. And if you are sinful, Indra has to hold it back. It is something like in the government. You have telephone, you have the electricity, you have water. If you pay your bill, then you will get water. If you get the electricity. If you don't pay the bill, it gets turned off. You don't have to flatter the ministers of water, of the minister in charge of electricity. Go and say, "You are a very great man. You are very wonderful. If you pay, then give it to you." So Krishna was explaining, if you just do good works, why do you have to waste all this time trying to satisfy Indra? It's like flattery. You are pious man. He has to give rain. And then he explained that karma mimamsa philosophy. Surrender to me. Krishna wanted to establish to his devotees that it is an offense to him in his presence to worship the demigods that here he has personally living in Vrindavan, the supreme god of all gods, Parmeshwara, and they are worshipping Indra for rain. Krishna explains in the Gita that the demigods, whatever they have, they are getting from me. And if you are worshipping me, you have no other obligation to anyone. That all one's obligation to one's forefathers, to the government, to the demigods, to one's teacher, we have obligations to all of them. They are all automatically fulfilled when we surrender to Krishna, because he is the source of everything. When the water, the root of the tree, automatically every part of the tree is nourished. When you surrender to Krishna, when you please Krishna, the whole universe and all living beings within the universe are fully nourished. You have no other obligation. So, Krishna wanted to show that if you are not my devotee, then it is your duty to worship the demigods, because they are giving you so many benefits and gifts, and you are ungracious if you do not. But if you are my devotee, then all that is taken care of. Krishna says, abandon all varieties of religion. Just surrender to me. I shall relieve you of all sinful reactions. Do not fear. So Krishna very cleverly wanted to dissuade from Krishna Puja, Indra Puja. But there was another reason. Krishna's mercy is in curbing pride, because Krishna knew that Indra was very proud. You see, when Krishna appeared on earth, not everyone understood that he was God. Ye yatha ma prapadyante tastyatva vajami abham. Bhagavad Gita 4.11. Only those who had hearts full of true devotion understood that he was God. Others considered that he was just a very great, powerful mystic, but he was a human being, or something, or some thought of demigod. But they didn't understand he was God. And even amongst the demigods in heavens, many of them did not understand that this Krishna was the original avatari. So Krishna knew that Indra is very proud. Why? Because he was in such a position of control, and in this world it is very difficult to have a high position, wealth, beautiful looks, power or authority over other and not become co- condemned by false pride. It is almost impossible unless one really and seriously takes shelter of the lotus feet of the sadhus. It is not possible. So Krishna knew that Indra, although he was his devotee, he was intoxicated by his high position in the world, and became Indra. And because Indra was his devotee, Krishna was so merciful. He wanted to curb his pride. He wanted to purify his life. So Krishna simultaneously wanted to give pleasure to the Vrajvasis. He wanted to establish to his devotees, there is no need to worship anyone but me. And he wanted to curb the pride of Indra. So he began to speak in such a way to convince Nand Maharaj to stop this Indra Puja. Atheistic philosophies. He said, Nand Maharaj, work is worship. You just do not work, you gonna get the result. Whether there is a God or is not a God, it doesn't really matter, because God is subservient to your karma. Krishna was preaching atheistic philosophy. In fact, where do you think the atheistic get all their arguments from? You think they have to the brain substance. to think of it themselves. They get it from Krishna. If you don't want to surrender to God, if you don't want to believe in God, if you want to be your own God, then Krishna is within your heart. Saraswasya Sarvasya Chaha Hadi Sani Vinu Matau Stambit Jin Nam Apo Hana Cha Bhagavad Gita 15.15. He gives you just the proper philosophy of atheism to, to justify your position, and just to prove that Krishna was teaching atheism, that maybe there is a God. Maybe there is not a God, but what differences does it make? If you do your work properly, the results have to come. So what is this? Wasting your time trying to satisfy this Indra? And then he explained that according to the Varnasarama system, if you just act according to your natural propensity, as you um, explained, that as you as a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishnav, Vaishya, Sudra, then all the needs of your life will be fulfilled. So just perform your duty. You are a cowherd man. Practical situation. And after all, where are you getting all of your gifts from? From Govardhan Hill, from the cows and from the Brahmins. Govardhan Hill is supplying grass. A cow eats the grass, gives milk, and by the blessings of the Brahmins, they give us Vedic knowledge. So therefore, you should take all of these beautiful articles of paraphernalia of worship and worship the Brahmas, the Brahmanas, the cows, and Govardhan Hill. Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Haribol.
And after me, this.
Haribol.
And sorry for some mistakes in the between while saying.
No, that's okay. It was a really good presentation and it was very nice. So, Sevapa and Prabhu, are there anything that you'd like to say?
So Hare Krishna to all the devotees,
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Matajis, and all the children. And big Hari Bol to the Krishna. We are all trying to get the love for the Krishna, and your name itself is a Krishna. So first of all, we should get the love from you. Then only Lord Krishna will give the love to us. So you are given very lovely Lila of the Lord Krishna, which is very famous Lila of Govardhan Lila, and which is giving lots of learning messages which you explain to all of us. And Krishna is trying to make the clear to everybody, even in that time itself, that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and if you serve me, no need to worship anyone else. And that is the reason he shown himself in the form of Govardhana hill, and therefore he did this Lila. And another reason that he wanted to kill the pride of Indra, that was also one of the reasons. But he's trying to say that if you worship me, you are worshipping everybody, including all the universe and all the Jivatmas. And he has also given the example, if you pour the water into the root of tree, then all the trees, branches and leaves and everything will get nourished. So similarly, he's trying to give us a message that if you worship the Krishna, then you are worshipping everybody in this material world, in this world, universe, as well as even the demigods. And there is no need to worship individually any of the demigods. That is one of the key message he's trying to give us, people like us in this material world. And now he is doing this Lila even to remove the pride of Indra. So similarly, sometimes Krishna also does the test with us to remove our pride. But most of the times, we get failed into our pride. Why? Because we are still in this contamination of material world where we think we are the doer and because of me everything is happening. And therefore Krishna is trying to say that you surrender unto me, right? And he's trying to say, even if you have the full faith on my activities, on my leelas and my appearance and disappearance, then you will be really coming back to me. So it is really very, very nice. Leela, Krishna, you have explained very wonderfully with colorful presentation. And I liked really very much your recitation of this Leela. And please continue your services. And can I ask you some question, Krishna?
Yes, why not?
Yes. So, do you know where this Govardhana hill resides?
In Vrindavan?
Fantastic. So, do you know whether this is still there or not there?
Yes, it is.
Is there? Good. Have you seen any time?
No. In only
Do you desire to see that?
Yes, someday.
Okay. So make the planning and tell your parents that you want to see the Govardhan hill. Okay.
Yes,
It
I
is
was
very,
just thinking that is the Golden Hill right now or not, or someday I may go there.
it is still there, but
Yes.
of course Govardhana also has so many pastime himself. We are not going into that detail because it is going slowly down inside the earth, which is equivalent to the size of the, per day it is going down to the size of the what is called mustard seed. So you can't see the Govardhana hill of size which was lifted by the Lord Krishna, but still it is there where we can see, and that is still quite big and quite long, right? It is like a longitudinal shape, okay? And circumference of this Govardhana hill is of now is around 21 kilometers, you know. And as you know that doing the parikrama of the Govardhana hill is one of the most auspicious things considered, and therefore devotees goes there and try to do the parikrama. And even though you are not a devotee and you do the parikrama, you will get the mercy of the Lord Krishna to become a devotee. Yeah. So there is no qualification required for doing the parikrama. So please make your desire fulfilled by requesting your parents that you want to go to the Vrindavan and see the Govardhana hill and do the parikrama. Okay? So plan this.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hari Bol, Hari Krishna. Let me give chance to others to share their realization. Already we are a little bit late today, but let us go through quickly. So Ananya, just control the further things. Okay?
Yes, Prabhu. Rasarani Mataji, do you have any words to say?
Hare Krishna. Krishna, very nice presentation. Very nicely you told the story. Yeah, and the other points also. Very nicely you explained. And I'm praying to Lord Krishna. You continue these services as you grow. You have to take more services. You have to actively participate in Krishna conscious activities. So this is your first attempt, but you did very nicely. Very nicely you explained and compiled also. So thank you very much. Please keep doing. Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Now, Akira Mataji, are there any reflections that you would like to share?
Hare Krishna. Well done. Congratulations. You spoke very nicely, very commanding. Thanks for Govardhan Lila, something that I was also about to say in my thing, but you have really done a good job. So I am taking down points from what you have said. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, beta.
Thank you.
Thanks, Akira Mataji. Lata Mataji, any reflections?
Hare Krishna. Krishna very nicely presented. After the story, the points which you told about why and the reason for this Govardhan Lila, that was very beneficial and we learned many things from that. Thank you very much and very nice presentation. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Beta, you have nicely presented
Hare
the
Krishna Mataji.
presentation and you have nicely explained Govardhan Lila and Lord Krishna bless you Beta. Keep it up.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji and Mataji. Manjula Mataji, do you have any reflections, anything to say?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Now,
Mataji.
congratulations, Krishna. Very nice. Nice to hear you. And nice explanation also. Keep it up. And very nice story also from hearing you. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Sadhana Mataji, is there anything that you'd like to say?
Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. What to say for these kids? They are really amazing. I'm amazed to see them, how they are speaking. I saw both of them at Rajrani Mataji's place. They were dancing and playing and cannot believe now they have started preaching. Proud to see you. Like, like yesterday also I said, this is the time when you can start bhakti. And this bhakti is like fresh flower. So you should continue doing it. The best place where you can just develop in bhakti among your friends. You discuss all these leelas among your friends, among your family members, and develop curiosity about to know Krishna, more leelas you discuss with your friends and families. So keep doing it like this. All the best and congratulations. Hari Bol.
Very well. Thank you, Mataji. Umang Prabhu, is there anything that you'd like to say?
Hare Krishna. Shri Krishna, he has really very explained the story in a very clear and lucid way, actually. And as per a lot of spiritual words are there which he has pronounced in a very extremely high level as per his capacity, actually. So a lot of learnings are there from this story. This is a very famous story, but we are learning a lot of things from this story, actually. And it is very inspirational things for us also to learn a lot of things from this story. Hare Krishna, is our realization is a lot of learnings are there from this. At the end, which Krishna has explained in a very good way, actually.
Yeah, because this was the first story which just came in my mind, so I chose this story.
Yeah, it's really inspirational things for other kids also.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, Krishna, you did a really good job. It was really nice. You explained really well. You have a very good presentation
Thank you.
ability. So keep it up. And if is there anything else that needs to be discussed? If not, maybe we could halt the meeting for today.
Yes.
Mohan Prabhu has joined.
Hare Krishna, Ralman Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, beta.
Mohan Prabhu has joined. Okay.
If the recording can stop, then there are certain things the devotees have some clarification. So Mataji is Prabhu and they are there, so we can discuss.
I'll stop it right now.